for fun. If we gon' keep it real, I took a lot of L's. I know pain, I went through hell, but I still came out number one. I was walking down the dark road, hard cold, all alone. I'm on my own, nobody better ask me for none. Remember we was sliding in that four-door Audi. When it's smoke, they get the hot and make them scary boys run. Remember when I ain't have it, if I want it, I can buy it. I ain't bragging, I can go and blow it back just for fun. If we gon' keep it real, I took a lot of L's. I know pain, I went through hell, but I still came out number one.
Opened back in 2003. Have a look at the link. Lincoln Financial Field, where 70,000 are rocking and ready to go in Philadelphia. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying fly, Eagles, fly, as they get ready to match up with the Washington football team. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. That's swung out wide to Sanders. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
2nd and 4. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. Man, tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. I tell you what, CD, this Washington defense, very strong in the victory last week.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. Step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
They go play action with Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing the 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sidelines thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Once again with Sanders. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Toward the pylon, caught. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
Well, the coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, but they rallied to him pretty fast, too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up 4th down.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Play action. Here's Hurts. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Ben Mason, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. Many would call that a gutsy decision here early on to go for it 4th and goal. There was no hesitation. Field goal unit never sniffed the field.
It was a message, and the message was, I trust you on offense. Go out and make this happen. Go ahead and pick it up. You know what else he said? I trust my defense as well. If they don't get it, I know you're going to hold them. So it's a message to your entire team that you believe in them.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes the score 7-0.
Washington, nothing.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The first carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson. It's a 1st down and more for Gibson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run. He was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
And the thing that stood out to me was his ability to continue through the initial contact. How many times do we see runners get slowed up and not get what they can on a run because of that first contact? But he kept the compass pointing in the right direction, kept the legs churning, and turned this into a huge play.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in Week 4, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
Here we go, D, get off the field.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on third down. Hurts. It's caught by Sanders. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is third down. Here's Hurts to throw. And this one complete to Smith. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. These two teams all tied after one. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or worst, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they picked that one off.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Gibson on the read option. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 82 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing. because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you. That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you, it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Finding room to the 20. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. He came right off the bench. That's his first carry of the game, and he left an indelible mark on the game.
Did not just bring fresh legs off the bench. He brought a fierce mind as well. He had a lot to prove, didn't he? He thinks he's as good as the guy who's the starter. Wanted to prove it, and boy, did he on that play.
Gibson down at the 2. Broke through the first contact, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Gibson again. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Antonio Gibson with touchdown number 20 on the year. And Washington has taken the lead. So, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively because, to me, it looked like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4, fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
On 1st down, Hurts. Escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback to just throw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game telling all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercept it. Unfortunately here, he couldn't make it into the end zone. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, his 21st touchdown of the season. And Washington going to add on to their lead. So what a first half that he has had running the football. That now 3 touchdown runs.
And I would anticipate that when they get down in the red zone, he's going to get more chances as this game goes on. And I think that the guys blocking for him are going to ask for him to get more chances. They like the rhythm they've developed.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and it's now 21-7.
Eagles 7. Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And able to get this out to the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window? And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Antonio Gibson on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. This taken in at the goal line. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
On second down now, it's Sanders.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. It's caught, Smith. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Hurts sets up to throw it. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 33. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick-6 for a Washington touchdown. That pick-6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
And a pretty good run, all things considered. Probably would have liked that in the first quarter instead of right now as the clock continues to run. Throwing is Hurts.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. That one caught by Gibson. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Second and 5. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. De'Ami Brown in the final seconds of the first half. And this Washington offense continuing to add to their lead. Slide for the PAT. And the route is on here in this first half. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. 1 second, all that remains. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Room to run past midfield. And finally down at the 9-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll run with Lindsey. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
Now it's Lindsey. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 55 rushing yards on the ground for him so far. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Curtis Samuel with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Washington offense just continuing to pour it on. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Chase Young able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. A lot of ground to cover. 2nd and 22. Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. That'll be caught. Rager with it. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Hurts. He'll get this right back to Rager. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a 1st down.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Cameron Curl. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
On 2nd down, it's Phillips, and he's able to get up here to the 26. So, CD, you talk about this football team. Some of the whispers and reports, the social media posts, they hint at a locker room that's splintered, badly splintered. There was talk earlier, some guys might walk away entirely. But that hasn't happened, however, at least to this point.
No, and sometimes some of that talk is just that. Talk. I mean, guys often say, that's it, I'm out of here. And then they realize, I'm not ready to retire yet. What am I going to do now? And they're really ready to come back.
In trouble, and he's taken down. That's Derek Barnett coming in and making the play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Washington going to send out their punter. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really.
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Chase Young able to record his 5th sack of the season.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. He's picked off at his own 47. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. It's Phillips. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Another run by Lindsey. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Washington going to send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. That'll go in the books as just a 16-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. This is Smith with a grab. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Well, they had held him pretty well in check, but if you recall back in the first quarter, he said they needed to avoid the big play. He finally gets loose.
And the thing about it, it doesn't have to be a bunch of big plays. Sometimes one big play can be enough. That's why it's tough to deal with a guy like that.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
They go play action with Hurts. Looking here for Smith downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. They'll look to throw again. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the 1st down. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st down, Sanders. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete, and he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Javon Hargrave forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And this is caught at the 8. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. They'll try to run with Sanders. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Elliott good on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And they'll indeed take a knee. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Washington, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the L.A. Rams. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, the turnaround hasn't materialized as they fall to 2-7. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings.
I got the brush in my hand, the colors are mixing again. Grabbing a stick with my hand, I drop my guts. The world is us, so what? Who wanna touch? Who wanna rough me up?
Nobody.
My head is ready to bust, kicking the door when I come out.